To questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Morens, your emails have been quite interesting. Reading them has been pretty shocking. On April 18th, 2020, you wrote an email saying, Peter Daszak emailed me and Tony, congratulating Tony on standing up for science. That email somehow fell into the hands of the congressman, probably via a FOIA of someone who didn't delete it, as I did, delete all of Peter's emails and others relating to the origin when the shit started hitting the fan. Anyway, the congressman got a copy of Peter D's emails from someone at NIH, and he now wants to get any reply Tony and I or anyone else may have sent back to Peter. Mine was erased long ago. I verified that today, and I feel pretty sure Tony's was too. The best way to avoid FOIA hassles is to delete all emails when you learn a subject is getting sensitive. In any case, there's nothing here except opportunities to hassle, harass, and huff and puff. You really got into some opportunities. You also wrote on June 16, 2020, you said the FOIAs are dreadful and paranoia-inducing. In the old days, we had to do them ourselves by hand. I mean, finding and printing out thousands of emails coming in and going out. Now, they sometimes FOIA text messages, too. Many FOIAs turn up thousands of pages of docs, and of course, most of meaningless. We are all smart enough to know to never have smoking guns, and if we did, we wouldn't put them in emails. And if we found them, we'd delete them. You wrote on February 24th, 2021, you said, you were right, and I need to be more careful. However, as I mentioned once before, I learned from our FOIA lady here how to make emails disappear after I am FOIA'd. But before the search starts, so I think we are all safe. Plus, I deleted most of those earlier emails after sending them to Gmail. Dr. Morens, who's your FOIA lady? Is it Hillary Clinton? You're welcome.
Thank you for the humor. I think, you said about 10 things there, and my brain can't keep them all in my head. But I think I've answered a lot of those questions. That the FOIA, I told you who the FOIA lady was. I told you what she told me. I told the committee that it's impossible to avoid a FOIA, and it's impossible to destroy an NIH document, an email document.
Well, Clearly, because we've got your emails, and they're pretty shocking.
There you go.
I do appreciate humor as well, but you do receive a taxpayer paycheck, and when it comes to work emails, there's a lot of things that shouldn't.
By the way, if I understood what you just said, let me just say that a lot of government emails come to my Gmail. Stuff from CDC, my paycheck.
This is all related to your job, though, regardless of which email account. Like I said, Hillary Clinton had a private server as well, and she put a lot of things there, and somehow they disappeared. Dr. Morens, you also wrote on October 5th, 2021, Peter, I just got news that the FOIA picked up an email I sent you saying that Tony commented he was brain dead. Jokingly, of course. However, Ron Johnson is all over it, and now after me. Tony will be pissed, rightfully so. I deleted the email, but I now learned that every email I ever got since 1998 is captured and will be turned over whether or not I instantly deleted it. Gmail, phone, text, I need to scrupulously rely on those exclusively. On July 22nd, 2020, this one was actually pretty interesting. I am actually imbibing a double, or is it a triple, martini at the moment. Not sure of the amount of ETOH because I just poured until my elbow got sore. But the olive at the bottom is hard to see. No hot tub in my condo. I tried to negotiate a jacuzzi, but they balked and I caved. In any case, now that I am divorced, what good is a hot tub or jacuzzi? If I am lucky enough to find a girlfriend, I will spring for a jacuzzi, upgrade my wine cooler, get a mattress that will take more of a pounding, and stop working so hard. In the meantime, I will work at my job of trying to make the boss look good. In the summer of 2020, COVID was raging. And I personally believe that Peter Daszak at EcoHealth had a lot to do with the fact that COVID was raging, because experimenting on viruses that turn into basically a monster that has murdered millions and millions of people is something to take very seriously. I have one more question for you. This is where you emailed and talked about kickbacks. This was on August 27th, 2020, after you were talking about covering up for Tony. You said, of course, there's a kickback. And then you also referenced a kickback on August 27th, 2020. You said, do I get a kickback? Too much fucking money? Do you deserve it all? Let's discuss. Have you made any money off of EcoHealth, off of COVID-19, and off of COVID vaccines, Dr. Morens? Then what were you talking about with kickbacks? That's not a joke. You were talking about kickbacks, and this is something that's very serious. As I said, millions of people died, and millions of people were forced to take a vaccine they should have never had to take against their will. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.